As the Uvalde, Texas community prepares to lay the 21 school shooting victims to rest, the Justice Department says it will investigate the police response to last week's mass shooting and share the results with the public. President Biden was in Uvalde with the First Lady yesterday, comforting the families of those 19 children and 2 teachers gunned down. As some people chanted, "Do something," when he left a church service, he responded saying, "We will." Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez tweeted that he was able to have an open and honest conversation with the president about solutions to prevent yet another tragedy like this one. We will be speaking live with the congressman about their conversation in just a few minutes. But first, we're learning more about the young victims of this gruesome shooting. Our Los Angeles station has their stories.
A memorial grows outside the elementary school where 19 children and 2 teachers were killed, including 11-year-old Layla Salazar.
We're just glad that we gave her the best life we could while she was here. There was never a dull day with her.
Layla was the youngest child, loved to swim, dance. She was a fast runner and polite.
She's in our hearts, she's in our minds. That can't be taken away from us.
In another Uvalde household, Ana Rodriguez shares a glimpse inside her daughter's room, where academic awards are proudly displayed for 10-year-old Maite Rodriguez.
I don't want her just to be another face. I don't want any of those kids to be just another face. She was focused, she was competitive, smart, bright, beautiful, happy.
We're hearing stories of survival, too. Maya Surreal told CNN that she wants people to know what happened inside that school. She said she saw the shooter kill their teacher first, then he started firing into their classroom before moving into an adjoining classroom. She heard more shots and what she described as sad music that she believed the shooter was playing. It's a long road to recovery for survivors dealing with both physical and emotional trauma. 9-year-old Kendall Oliveras is still hospitalized, according to loved ones. She was shot and hit by bullet fragments and will need several surgeries. Families say Noah Arona was shot. They're trying to raise money for counseling and therapy to help him move forward from this tragedy. Officials said several children called 911 during the shooting. One child called multiple times.
And now joining us live to share his thoughts on the response to this tragedy, U.S. Republican Representative from Texas, Tony Gonzalez. Congressman, thank you so much for being here. And of course, our thoughts are with the people of Uvalde.
Yeah, thank you for having me. You know, we're still recovering. And yesterday, I was honored to host the president and the first lady in Uvalde. And we visited a variety of different things. We visited with family members that were of the victims. We visited with first responders. We also attended mass with many of the community, and that mass was very powerful. At one point, the Archbishop called up all the children in church. There were 45 children. They came up and he sat down and he reminded us that children are going to help us heal. And I mentioned that story because as I've been talking with counselors, how do we heal as a community? One thing that a counselor told me is that when people are dealing with traumatic stress, they fidget, they move a lot. And as I was watching those children, many of them did not want to sit still. They were just moving. They had this energy that they needed to get out. I say all that to go, we have a deep mental health issue in Uvalde that the entire area is going to need to tackle.
Well, absolutely. You know, and you mentioned hosting the president. We know, of course, the president and first lady there, but you had the opportunity to meet one-on-one with President Biden. Tell us about your conversation.
Yeah, I've been working with the president's team all week, essentially, on this trip. We wanted to make sure the trip was successful, had the right tone, and I was very pleased. You know, as soon as he got off the plane, the first comment he said was, "Today's not about politics, Tony," and he kept to his word on that. And at the end of the day is when I offered some solutions. I go, Mr. President, you know, you've seen it firsthand. Now we need to do something. And I go, here are 3 items that we could do today. One of them, I asked for a mental health hospital. It's a $25 million project. I allocated $2 million to the appropriations last year, so we need $23 million. Another was the first responders. You know, there's all these conflicting information because the first responders weren't on the same radios. You know, you had police officers that had one thing, Border Patrol had another, fire department other. So this package, $13 million package, would put that all together.
Well, mentioning that, on his way to Arlington National Cemetery this morning, the president was asked about what he wants Congress to do. Let's listen to his response.
I can't dictate this stuff. I can do the things I've done, and any executive action I can take, I'll continue to take. But I can't outlaw a weapon. I can't, change the background check. I can't do that.
So we heard from the president there, Congressman. You just laid out some strategies. Do you think there's hope for both sides to come together after this and really get something done?
I do, because before we're Republicans and before we're Democrats, we're fathers and we're mothers, and we all want our children to be safe anywhere, and school in particular. The other thing I'd say is we all want people to have a clear mental health treatment. So I think those are two areas that we can circle around. I will remind everyone that the Democrats control the House, Democrats control the Senate, and Democrats control the White House. They have all three branches of government. I've been jumping up and down saying, look, I want to be a partner. I want to work together. Let's find a real, tangible solution to some of the issues. And part of that is mental health.
Yeah, and certainly, Democrats want to get something done. I think all of us want something to get done. It's just a matter of, will something get done? Well, Congressman, we know you grew up near Uvalde. So what have you been hearing from the people there?
Yeah, I grew up 38 miles away from Uvalde in a little town called Camp Wood, 500 people. It's not only just Uvalde, though. It's the whole surrounding area. For many that aren't familiar with the area, Uvalde is almost the big city in that region. So that's the other part of it, too. But many people are broken. They're at different stages in grief. We'll have our first funeral tomorrow. We'll have more funerals in the coming weeks. So people are at different stages of grief. What I will tell you, though, attending Mass yesterday was very comforting for me. It was very comforting for many of us. So I welcome prayers. I mean, my community is predominantly Hispanic, very Catholic based. Faith is very important to us. You see that in the families of the victims, where we want to remember the lives of everything. So we have a long way to go on this, but I would say the community is also coming together in a way I hadn't seen before.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.